August 15th, 1971. It was a Sunday evening. Most Americans were at home, watching television, going about their normal lives. Nobody was expecting an announcement. Then Richard Nixon appeared on screen, and in the space of 15 minutes, without a vote, without public debate, without warning, he changed the global financial system forever. He called it a temporary measure. It was not temporary. This is MoneyMechanic, and this is the story of how it works. The story of one decision, made on one Sunday evening, that quietly changed the financial reality of billions of ordinary people, including you, including me, and it is still happening right now. To understand what Nixon did, we need to go back further. 1944. World War II is almost over. The Allied nations gather in a small town in New Hampshire called Bretton Woods, and they make a decision that will shape the global economy for the next 3 decades. Every currency in the world will be pegged to the US dollar, and the US dollar will be backed by gold. $35 per ounce, fixed, guaranteed. This means every dollar in circulation represents real gold sitting in a vault. Money has a physical anchor. Governments cannot simply create more of it without having the gold to back it up. For 25 years, this system works. Economies grow. Living standards rise. A factory worker in Birmingham can buy a house on a single income. A secretary in Chicago can afford a car, a holiday, and a pension. Money means something, because money is tied to something real. Then comes Vietnam. The United States is spending billions fighting a war it cannot afford. The government is printing dollars to cover the cost. But it does not have enough gold to back all those new dollars. Other countries start to notice. France leads the charge. President Charles de Gaulle sends a warship to New York Harbor, literally to collect France's gold reserves from the United States Federal Reserve. Other nations follow. The gold is leaving America faster than it can be replaced. Nixon faces a choice: stop the war, cut government spending, or break the system. He breaks the system. On that Sunday evening in August 1971, Nixon announces that the United States will no longer convert dollars to gold. Just like that, the anchor is gone. The dollar is now backed by nothing except the confidence of the people who use it. Every currency in the world becomes untethered from any physical reality. Money becomes an idea, a collective agreement, a number on a screen. In 1971, the total amount of money in circulation in the United States was approximately $600 billion. Today, it is over $21 trillion. The money supply has grown by more than 3,000% in 50 years. Now think about what happens when you multiply the amount of money in circulation by 30, but the amount of goods and services in the economy does not multiply by 30. Prices rise. Not because things became more valuable, but because the money used to buy them became less valuable. That is inflation. Not an accident, not bad luck. A mathematical inevitability built into a system that allows unlimited money creation. Meet Margaret. Margaret is not a real person, but her story is the story of millions of real people. In 1971, Margaret is 25 years old. She works as a nurse in Manchester. She earns a modest salary, but she saves carefully. She puts money aside every month. She is doing everything right. By 1991, Margaret has saved £20,000. 20 years of careful saving. She is proud of it. It feels like security, like freedom, like everything she worked for. But here is what Margaret does not know. The £20,000 she saved, the purchasing power of that original saving has been quietly eroded, not stolen, not lost. Eroded. By inflation. Year after year. Quietly. Invisibly. Her bank statement still says £20,000. But what that £20,000 can actually buy is a fraction of what it could buy in 1971. Meanwhile, on the other side of Manchester, a property developer named Gerald has been borrowing money throughout the 1970s and 1980s to buy houses and commercial buildings. By 1991, Gerald's property portfolio is worth several £million. The inflation that destroyed the real value of Margaret's savings inflated the value of Gerald's assets. Same economy, same inflation, completely different outcomes. Margaret did what she was told. Gerald understood how the machine worked. Same economy, same inflation, completely different outcomes, depending entirely on where you sat in the financial system. Cantillon noticed that when new money enters an economy, it does not reach everyone at the same time. The people closest to the source of new money, the banks, the government, the wealthy, receive it first, before prices have risen. By the time that new money trickles down to ordinary workers, prices have already adjusted upward. So ordinary people get the inflation, without ever getting the benefit of the new money. This is called the Cantillon Effect. If you have money sitting in a savings account and inflation is running higher than your interest rate, you are Margaret. Your money is losing real value every single day, automatically, invisibly. If you have no assets, no property, no stocks, no investments, then every time the money supply expands, you fall a little further behind the people who do. The rule is not save money. The rule is own assets, because assets rise with inflation, cash falls with inflation. And in a world where unlimited money creation is built into the system, inflation is not occasional, it is permanent. Even small amounts invested in index funds give you exposure to the same asset price growth that protects wealthy people from inflation. Instead of your money sitting in a savings account losing real value, it is now participating in the growth of the economy, property, stocks, businesses. These are inflation hedges. They are the tools the wealthy use to protect and grow their wealth, and they are available to anyone willing to learn how to use them. The biggest financial scam in history is not a crime, it is a system, built into the architecture of modern money, running automatically, every single day. And the only protection against it is knowledge. Next week on MoneyMechanic, we show you exactly how to start putting your money on the right side of inflation, step by step. Starting with whatever you have right now, subscribe, turn on notifications, share this with someone who is still saving and wondering why it never feels like enough. Because the scam only works on people who do not know it exists, and now you do.